Wow. Good afternoon. And yeah, we rough today. Long, long weekend, short work week, more to do in a short amount of time. And I'm not getting the best of rest right now. What's going on? Did you hear that Beyonce was in labor? Okay, we can count. We said a lot of things. I'm still just waiting to see if she's going to have twins. Now, they said it was a rumor earlier in the week, but it's been confirmed by Global Grind. And Yahoo, by and large, don't print a lot of fake stuff. So, just as it suffices to say that birth is imminent. Now, she announced it in August, so she was already a few months along. We don't know exactly when because there was some camouflaging going on. So, here's what I say. If she was indeed, giving us the exact date, but it really, come on now. Give her privacy. That's number one. Number two, let's pray for a healthy delivery, healthy baby. It's evidently been a good pregnancy because she stayed busy. But dancers are very much like athletes, and she will bounce back. She's 30 and she's in good health for all practical purposes. If she pop out a twin, I'm hollering fertility help. Okay, now besides just having, some very common problems that can happen during pregnancy and delivery, I think that she's going to be all right. I think that people need to just support her. She is an icon in this country, and she's entitled. I think we just get upset when we see other folks getting everything that they appear to go after. Even in that, don't think Beyonce and Jay-Z don't have problems or issues. Don't think that any celebrities don't have problems or issues. It's Thickalicious Thursday, so let's get on to the thick topic. Big girls, don't be stupid. All right. Now, I was talking to a lady friend of mine, and she was telling me about her relationship with her new guy. And my girlfriend is like, she just turned like 60. And she always said, I will not date again after my husband passed away. I will not date again. I want nothing to do with men. Look at me. I'm a fat girl. I'm an old woman now. I'm not working with nothing. I'm like, okay, we don't do the pity party, so call me when the after party starts. I want to be there for the hallelujah. It's a man still think I'm sweet enough to call honey. She thought she was, through with all of that. I don't think so. At 60, oh, I'd be scared. If it's over at 60, I don't want to be here. So, when we talk about ourselves in a negative way, we give ourselves all these negative messages. This is one of those object lessons today. We were speaking about something that people see on TV, the representation of what reality is supposed to be. It's an altered reality, y'all. The fact that it's on a camera means it's not natural. It's not the normal process of daily events because people change when it's a camera around. That's number one. Number two, when you're watching TV, you are assigning yourself to somebody else's agenda if you absorb too much of it. There are subliminal messages about blonde hair people, people with blue eyes, people with fair skin, people with certain body types, people with certain incomes. You don't know whether they're selling a car or underwear sometimes when you see these commercials. But sex sales, the idea that you can be very wealthy and live this wonderful, marvelous, carefree life sales very appealing. If you get to drive a certain car, you're gonna get the best looking girl. If you wear a certain suit, you're gonna get the best job. All these things are done to create a need. Supply and demand. If there is no demand, there's no need for the supply. So these are people in the marketing, manufacturing, and production business. So it's not beneficial for them to get on TV and say, well, no, Slim Fast, you have to take that for the rest of your life if you want to be skinny. And no, well, Nutrisystem really got crack in it, and that's how everybody gets so skinny. They're not going to tell you anything that's going to be contrary to their mission statement. They are trying to sell a product. It's at all costs. They don't care if they They had a cartoon camel selling cigarettes because people respond to cartoon characters. Think about it. Now we have adult animation. Never had that except for in the underground. Come on, stop playing. I saw some Mickey Mouse and yeah, Mickey Mouse porn. They have it. What was the demand for that? What sick pervert? You know. So when our children sit down in front of the TV, and I'm not saying don't ever let them watch TV. I'm saying do it with some direction. And when you're speaking, speak with some conviction. Because if you are going out buying everything with somebody else's name on it, I said the other day, are you contributing to developing your own wealth? Are you wearing everybody else? You repping everybody else's brand? You're walking billboard for somebody else's car. What you doing for your own? I saw people doing some absurd stuff last night to cut expenses. And, the flip side of it, these people were doing it for a good reason, to save money, live economically reasonably well, and at the same time, probably cut down on some of our carbon footsteps. But now, the dumpster diving husband, the lady from Kansas City, Missouri with the rags for toilet paper. I'm not lying, y'all. Go look it up. It's for real. Extreme, I don't know, was it penny pinchers? Extreme penny pinchers. It's on TLC, right? On TLC. Now, if Red wasn't in the room with me, I probably couldn't convince anybody else that this really happened. I was telling my mother about it this morning, and she was like, oh, I'm just through now. We told her about the man dumpster diving and washing the plastic bag. She couldn't say that because my dad used to do the same thing. Yeah, he's the on this block. He was Mr. Miser. We literally didn't have to buy paper goods, detergent, and dishwasher liquid 2 years after he died. I know. I used to think, there's something wrong with that. Papa, why you gotta have 16 bottles of Ajax soap? What is that? Yeah, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay, well, these people were in some extreme situations where they had to get financially sound real quick. The family with all the kids, okay, they got 6 kids. Y'all using rags for toilet paper. You just nasty. And get some birth control. The other people never really talked about having a lot of debt, but they talked about being able to live cheaper so that they could do whatever kind of work they wanted to do or just retire at an early age. Now, I'm with that. But now I don't want no stuff from out the garbage. I don't want to eat no goat head, no fish head, no chicken head, no spare parts stuffed inside of it. I don't want none of that. Now, and if you want to call me superficial and shallow, then that's all right. I'll just be that. But I'm going to use some Charmin or some Softest Touch or something very close. Now, you ain't even got to spend a lot of money. But toilet paper, that would have been the deal breaker. And I may have been like, wait a minute, honey. Now, I was with you when you said, let's cut up all the credit cards. I'm with that. I was with you when you said we're going to be a one-car family and we're going to carpool. I'm with that. I'm with you when you said we're going to shop at discount, thrift stores, and bargain shops. I'm with that. But when you say we ain't going to buy no more toilet paper, we using face towels and cutting up old shirts and stuff, and they have had them for 5 years. Dr. Oz, somebody, please go on TLC and tell them that's just nasty. And we will take up a collection, but they really living nice. You was in $89,000 of debt, and now you debt free with 6 kids. Living reasonably well, but your wife still picking salad greens in the park. You need to carry that heifer up to the Ozarks and turn her loose. She a survivalist. I ain't mad at you, girlfriend. I'll snatch up some dandelion greens and some wild onion, too. I sure will. Some dandelion greens, I mean. They have healing properties, actually. But you got to know what you're doing when you're cooking certain stuff. I'm country. Don't get me wrong. I believe in saving a dollar. I'm frugal when I have to be. But there are some things in the civilized world that I think, no, we had enough of that. Using the Sears and Roebuck for toilet paper and going to outhouses, squatting behind bushes, shake, rattle, roll. Them days is over with. I'm sorry, Mr. Tree. I'm going to buy me some toilet paper. Now, the rest of y'all, you go to your own decision. But that was really extreme. And that's what we've been talking about. One extreme to the other. And that is that the reality of TV is not actually reality. It's amped up a little bit. It's just like when you eat certain foods and you say, they have more of one thing than another. Well, sometimes it's to enhance the flavor or the dining experience, and sometimes it's to hide the fact that that meat is just a little bit old. Well, that's my truth for today. When people are doing things for other reasons that appear to be unselfish, they might just be cheap. That's what I say. Now, everything else, I think we can learn something from these people. But that was just way, way out there. The next hot topic on Sunday night at 8 p.m. on TLC. The lady coroner is going to be filling us in on uh, Casey Anthony, that murder, that little girl whose mother is now free. And they're going to be talking about all the evidence that the court never heard. That probably should have had that woman convicted, because had I been on the jury, y'all probably, they would have shut it down. This lady's crazy. I'd have turned everybody, but no, she did it. Even if she didn't do it, she did it because you was negligent. And you was just trifling. Unless you're mentally ill, there was no reason that you didn't take responsibility for that. But best you believe that she's going to deal with that, because one thing about it, when you do wrong to children, old people, or the disabled, God punish you in a special way. I do believe. I really do. You've been in the back room, Becky. It's Stickalicious Thursday. I'm going to put some clothes on in a minute, but I'm enjoying the holiday vacation. For real, I am. Working at my own pace and trying not to stress myself out. Try to be less stressed and more blessed. Peace always for the people.